Hello traders, this is Mike Billion. Today is April 20, 2017, and let's talk about the market. Let's start with Netflix. Netflix, after earnings report, opened flat and burned everyone that trade strangles and struggle. It was a scam from the market makers, and right now it went down after that 6% and tested 138.50 Fibonacci. That's the major support. I don't see any support if you break down that level until 128. So this is a very nice support, and we can trade this support. There's a gap here to close at 133, but the real support is at 128. DMI is bearish and strong because ADX is trending. So let's see what happens tomorrow if it can break down this 138.50. Now let's talk about the spider. The spider, as you can see here, is inside this megaphone, and megaphones are really hard to trade. Sometimes when I see a megaphone in the S&P or the Dow Jones, I prefer to take vacations or start doing something else, fishing, do whatever you want, because it's really hard to trade. And you can see here, up and down, up, down, up, down, just inside this. There's a lot of support at the bottom of the megaphone, around 231. If it goes there, it might be a double bottom and bounce, but to be bullish on the S&P, this price has to break out this trend resistance right here around 136, 137. If you break out right here, we can start entering long in many positions that I'm watching. But for now, inside this megaphone, I don't think I'm gonna enter anything until I see a movement. Now let's talk about the DIA. This is the Dow Jones. It's heading down. There's nothing to say about this one. It's heading down. ADX is trending up now. It went up a point today. So I think it's gonna go to 200. That's my target because it was resisting for a long time, 2 months here, resistance. So this is gonna offer a lot of support right here. So I'm expecting to go to 200. If you break down right there, there's a trend, major trend multi-year support around this level, 190, 192. For now, is bearish and strong. Now let's see the IWN. This is the iShares Russell. The Russell, as you can see here, is trending inside this rectangle, and the 139 and 133 levels at the top and the bottom. If you break out right here, this little trend resistance, it can go up very nicely. Today, the directional test each other right here. So they're very close now for a crossover. So a crossover and a breakout here can get the market moving, and it can get the S&P moving to the resistance level that I just showed you. Now let's talk about Apple. Many of you are watching Apple. Let me tell you something about Apple today. It crossed over the DMI. It crossed over the 5 simple moving to 21. It's bearish. It's bearish, and it's right at the Fibonacci 142. It fell right there and it's below. This thing is bearish, and it can get to 134 in a blink. You can see here ADX is very strong, so I might enter Apple short tomorrow, thinking that the S&P is bearish. So I think this one can go down, but the only thing that I see is that the earnings are coming in 2 weeks, so it might just hold or go slowly, but any moment it can go up back about 142. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I wanted to see how it trades tomorrow and the volume. If it trades below 140, which is a decade number, it might go to 133 in just a couple days. So that will be a nice trade. There is a little gap here to close at 120. So let's see what happens. 140 is the key number. Netflix. Oh, I talked about Netflix already. Let's talk about Tesla. Tesla, as you can see here, breakout major Fibonacci multi-year resistance 284. Test the 307, failed, but it wants to test it again, and it's bullish and strong. Don't get caught with Tesla trying to short Tesla. It's bullish. It's really bullish. It happens just that the auctions are really really expensive and it's hard to trade this one. It's going to report also at the beginning of May in just a couple days. Talking about 13 days. So let's see what happens. It might just want to wait for the earnings at these levels. So I don't think it's going to move. It's just going to move sideways right here until it reports. So let's see what happens. But it's bullish and strong. Now the other one, AMD. So you can see here, it break out the 5 simple moving average and it tests the 21 and the Fibonacci 1324. I think there's a lot of resistance there, but the directions are getting close and there's no volume. So let's see what happens. I'm neutral bullish right here that is going to test this level around $14, which is the major resistance. To be really bullish, it has to break out this resistance and this Fibonacci 1428. From there, it can go to 18 really easy because there is a lot of consolidation right here, and this thing is a lot of this thing can explode if you break out this level. So I think it's gonna test it. I think it's a high probability they test or close this gap around 1428. So there's a lot of things that pointed out that this is gonna test this resistance right here. So it's bullish, but I'm bullish neutral. Let's see what happens. Now let's talk about the last one. Let's talk about, let's see the other one that I was watching. Oh, Amazon. Amazon, as you can see here, is trending very nicely. It fell out 926 and is holding the 895. Usually when a stock goes about 890 or 900s, it want to test the thousands. You know, that's what markets does. The market does all the time. You know, when it goes around the 1,000, people want to test the 1,000. People start pushing. They know it's gonna go to 1,000. They know it. It's gonna report in just 7 days next week. So let's see what happens. I think it's gonna test the 1,013, which is my target. It's bullish and strong. However, the auctions are very expensive, so I stay away from these kind of trades because they're very expensive. But I can tell you it's bullish and strong. Traders, please go to join and see the promotion that I have for you. You can join McBillion Lifetime. You can get my trades, my mentoring, my online video course. You can learn how to trade very good using DMI and Fibonacci. Very simple, very simple. So check it out. This is everything for today. Trade on.